Welcome to the bass drum video. Today I'm going to talk about 3 distinct sounds I know how to get from an 18-inch bass drum. The first sound is the traditional jazz sound. It's an 18-inch bass drum cranked and open. This is the sound that you hear in my videos, and it's an 18-inch bass drum. For me, it's a Gretsch USA custom 18-inch bass drum. Coated single ply heads on both sides, and it's pretty much just cranked. The reso head is a little looser than the batter head, but not by much. Wide open, no pillow, no felt strips, no nothing. If I want to provide a little bit of dampening, I'll put it on the batter head, not on the reso. I'm not going for a note so much with this as I am going for a I want it to sound like a cannon, but I want it to sound like a high-pitched one. For a beater, I just use a normal DW standard, the beater that comes on the pedal. That's like 2 sides, plastic and felt. I use the felt side. And I think something you may not know is that I hit the bass drum very hard. So in my videos, you hear a lot of reso head because I'm moving a lot of air between the drum. That's very intentional because you can't quite get this sound by playing softly. I know playing softly is the thing in jazz, but maybe play it a little harder and see what happens. Playing hard is also the name of the game with the second sound I'm going to talk about, which is the Keith Carlock / Lewis Cole / Joey Barron type of thing. Batter head is pretty high, medium high, but usually in this case the front head is just dropped and it's wide open. Nate Wood does this too. It's, whoa, whoa, that's the sound. It's boo, boo. Like, if you're watching this video, I know you know what it sounds like. Keith Carlock, it's one of my favorite sounds in the world. I do that sometimes, although it's not great for like bebop situations because it's a long note. Again, nothing in the drum, no muffling. Keith, I know, actually uses a single ply clear head, and then coated single ply head on the front. But Lewis Cole, what he does is like a single ply, but then he completely detunes a couple of the lugs, so it's really punchy. But funny enough, this sound actually works a little better on cheaper drums. Like, I have more success getting this sound on my Catalina Club series drums than I do on my USA Custom. Not sure why, but the name of the game is just drop the bottom head. Experiment with different levels of it, like patterning out of doing the like the note drop thing. Like, have the front head so loose to where it's kind of like the note is kind of dropping. But same thing with the first technique I talked about. You're not looking for a note as much as just like a you're really looking for that reso head sound. Third sound I'll talk about, and the last one, is kind of call it the 70s sound. It's the really dead thing, and my inspiration for it is Bob Moses on Bright Size Life, and it's like a pretty high tuned drum. Usually I use coated ambassadors on both sides just because I know that, but then a thing is to like muffle it up super hard, like put a t-shirt on the batter head. Again, every time I muffle a drum, I muffle it on the batter head. I think it sounds better, but also partly so you can remove the muffling easily while you're playing if you want. But put like a t-shirt or something, some real thick muffling, a towel, something on the batter head. And you can even put like a rag, like a towel blanket situation over the reso head as well. And this sound is like boop, boop, like super dead. It's really good for like playing fast. It's cool with one of those super fluffy beaters. You could also do it with a normal felt beater to get a little more attack. It's really cool sound for like when you need really fast playing. You need a bass drum sound that gets out of the way. Like, it's kind of like Christian Lillinger sort of has this sound as well. it's also sort of become a de facto like common jazz sound, as people are a little more afraid to have their bass drums totally open, which is cool. But mainly, I prefer my bass drum totally open, and basically what I say is just tune the bass drum high, very thin heads, and hit it hard, and it's going to be a good sound. Practice kind of playing in a monophonic way. Throw dynamics out the window for a little bit and see if it changes your relationship to bass drum playing. Those are the three sounds that I will often deploy on an 18-inch bass drum, and three of my favorite bass drum sounds. So hope you enjoyed.